Hey Fragcom! Hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful day. Welcome to my channel, Kristen Rocks Frags. My name is Kristen and it's time to talk fragrances. Before we jump into it, I'd like to send my condolences to Carlos, Brooklyn Fragrance Lovers family, and his friends. We are all deeply shocked by his sudden passing, and I think the best thing to do is keep his spirit alive through our love of fragrances. I think that will make him happy, and his passion of fragrances and music will always live on forever. So I think he'll want us to be happy and keep his spirit alive. I'm sure he'll be proud. So I actually have a little something special on the way that he loved. It was one of his favorite fragrances. So I've never tried it before. But I thought in remembrance of him, I would get a bottle of it, and well, it's a decant. I found a vintage actually, so I think he will love that, and I'm gonna review it for you guys, so I think he'll be happy. So with Valentine's Day on the way, coming very close, I thought I would do a top 10 list. So with no further ado, let's jump into it. This is in no particular order, but I thought I would share with you fragrances from my collection that I think would do well for Valentine's Day. Honestly, I'm not a huge rose fan. I'm working my way into that note, but I tried to pick scents that are, for the most part, unisex. Maybe some will be a little more masculine or feminine leaning, but here we go. So let's start with a really nice scent that's delicious and chocolatey. I am a chocolate fan, so here we go. I'm talking about Louis Cardin Sacred. I love the bottle of this too. It's just so cool. It looks so expensive, right? But it's actually really reasonable. You can get these things really cheap. These are delicious. And if you enjoy chocolate like I do, you will love this. This is just so good. This makes me think of a delicious hot chocolate or something. It's kind of, it's just so rich and deep and yummy. And it almost kind of reminds me more of a little bit more of a milk chocolate, I think. Not full out deep dark chocolate, but just like a really delicious milk chocolate. So this makes you think of sipping on a nice hot chocolate with the milkiness a little bit. And this is just really delicious. I think a man or a woman, either one could pull it off. Either one will be edible. So definitely check this one out. I think this is a great one, especially with, you know, having to keep an eye on our budget right now. I think this is a really great option because this can be worn all winter long. Who doesn't want to smell delicious like chocolate? I know I can't get enough of it. So here's a little bit more of a high-end option. If you guys are looking to go for it a little bit, I tried to do different price points. And this is number 1 by House of Sillage. So totally different. It's not chocolatey or anything like that, but it does kind of have a gourmand vibe. Think of like a delicious kind of like cherry cola kind of vibe. It's boozy, it's just so sexy and yummy and inviting. And yeah, this one's a little bit hard to smell from the sprayer. Oh, it's so good. Press that button, it's cool. It's fun. I don't know, these bottles are just so cool. I love their presentation. But this is just really, really delicious. I think this one's a little bit more masculine, but I think a woman could still totally pull it off. This one might lean a little more mature for some people. But if you like scents like Enigma by Roja Parfums with that like Coca-Cola vibe, but think this is more a little bit more boozy and darker with that cherry vibe going on. Definitely check this out. Really delicious. So that's number 1 by House of Sillage. So next, let's do, okay, since we're talking about rose, we got to have a rose scent in here, right? And like I said, I'm not really a rose fan, but this one is just really delicious. This is probably my favorite rose scent so far. And if you have any yummy deep rose scents you'd recommend, I'd love to hear that in the comments below. That rose is just a hard one that I'm getting used to. I'm really picky about the way it's executed, but I love the way it is used in this scent. And that is, of course, Intense Cafe by Montal. So this makes me think of a first date in a way. I used to go to Starbucks all the time, but I don't go as much anymore. But a lot of the times, like when I would go on a date with a man, we would meet there. So it kind of reminds me of like a first date of a man maybe buying you a bouquet of roses and him taking you out to Starbucks or just a beautiful coffee shop and just smelling that delicious coffee roasting. Well, more like a cafe latte, because this has like a delicious mocha kind of thing. So this has like rose and vanilla, and so it's just kind of got like a rosy vanilla vibe with the coffee mixed together. So just think of like a creamy coffee latte with a bouquet of flowers from your date. So this is really delicious. This stuff is beast mode too. Oh my god, like 2 sprays and stuff is gonna last you all day. So go easy on the trigger with this guy, because he will blow you up. You know, he's beast mode. But I think this is a little bit more feminine leaning, but there are a lot of men who love this scent too. This is probably one of the most popular scents by Montal. If you haven't tried their stuff, I definitely recommend starting with this. Really beautiful scent. They have a newer version called Cafe Ristretto, which I still want to get my nose on that. I think that's a little bit more coffee intense than the rose. But this is just so beautiful. I think this one's still a little bit more popular than that one, but definitely check this out. I think out of all the ones, this will be the perfect one for Valentine's Day, but for me, and especially if you are thinking roses, you know, go for this. So this is a very popular Dior scent, really beautiful. And this is Dior Homme Intense. So it was a little bit hard. I was a little bit torn because I love Parfum. That one's really deep and rich and yummy. But that one might not be as crowd pleasing and as unisex as this. So this has, I love the amber in here and the iris, and oh my god, it's just so, it gives off a yummy chocolatey vibe again, but it comes off like very buttery and smooth and creamy. And this is really good. This one gets me compliments too. And because I think the Parfum has leather, if I'm correct, this doesn't. So I think this keeps it a little bit more unisex, like I was saying. So that's why I went for this as an option. But this is, oh my gosh, I gotta smell this again. Oh, this is so good. The top has lavender, so it's got a little bit of a freshness too. So I think this could easily be worn by a man or a woman. This is just really, really good. So I think this would be really romantic. I could just see like a hot man in a sweater or something, cuddling up with his loved one wearing this. Just, oh my god, so good. I love when my husband wears this, and I'm talking about Spice Bomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. Kind of cute story. When I first met my husband, he was wearing the original Spice Bomb. It's really, really sexy too. Part of me almost likes that one more, but I think for winter and more romantic evening wear and Valentine's Day, I think this is the perfect one. He really prefers this one too. This is just so sexy and delicious. This has tobacco and black pepper, and it's kind of like, it's got this hot and cold effect, and it's just so sexy. I think the other one, the original, has more of the hot and cold effect. This one, I think, is a little bit more warmer and spicy and cozy. So I think this will definitely be the perfect option for a cozy date night, you know, going out to dinner, watching a movie together. Just really, really delicious. Like this makes me think of like Man in Black by Bulgari, something like that, kind of spicy, with the tobacco going on too. So definitely a great option, very crowd pleasing. My husband gets compliments when he wears this. Really, really delicious. So that's Spice Bomb Extreme. Now, So this is very popular by Ron scent. This is called the Chronic. And this is really yummy. This is kind of sweet, just creamy. It's got like a lot of sandalwood in here, cinnamon. I'm a huge cinnamon fan. So no rose and chocolate, but I still think this is just very sexy and alluring. And it almost has like a touch of a boozy vibe to it, even though that there's nothing boozy in here. It just creates this yummy, boozy, edible kind of gourmand feeling. I could see a man wearing this, but to me personally, I think this actually lends a little bit more feminine. But guys definitely love this too. I mean, this can definitely go either way. But I think the ladies might really like this one. I think you girls will like this. I think this would be a very nice, romantic date night Valentine kind of scent. So really delicious. Definitely give this a try. That's the Chronic by Byron. Here's one of my favorite chocolate scents. All right, this to me is one of my favorite. Oh my god, this one is insane. I'm talking about Guma by Bruno Fasolari. Oh god, I want a bigger bottle of this thing. It's like once you, I don't know, it's like you end up shrining the thing because you love it so much, but you know you have to wear it, you know? But then you think you need more. I don't know if you guys ever go through that. It's like you get a little bottle. It's like, oh, but I need the giant bottle, even though I'm not even near finishing the little one. I don't know. It's just, it's a bad habit of mine. I love this. Oh my god, it's got saffron, dark chocolate, tobacco if I'm correct. Oh my god, this is so good. Think of like deep, dark boutique chocolate, like something like a boutique shop would have. So there's a place down the street from me called Fruition Chocolate. I could add their website down below because you guys have to check it out. Amazing chocolate. They import their chocolate beans. They import their cocoa beans from all over the world, and just incredible. So like you'll try a chocolate and you'll never want like a regular chocolate bar again. Like this is just the ultimate, like amazing. And their hot chocolate too is amazing. I drink it almost every day. Oh my god. But anyway, the scent I feel like captures that. Like when I smell this, I just feel like I'm going to one of their chocolate tastings. Like before COVID, around November, they would have this party and you can go in and sample every chocolate. And, oh my god, like they even have like 100% dark chocolate, just fantastic. So if you want like one of the most amazing chocolate scents that's just so decadent and high end, and oh, like this does not smell like a cheap chocolate bar, like you have to try this. This to me is one of the best. Like if you like Wicked Good, you gotta try that. It's kind of in that world. Definitely give this a try. This is one of my favorite chocolate scents. So again, that's Guma by Bruno Fasolari. So this one's a little bit more high end, but I think it's totally worth it. This is called Tabby by Tiziana Terenzi. And I just love their bottles. Their bottles are so cool. Like they're just so beautiful. So I actually tried this for the first time at Scent Explore the first year they had it, and Alan from Beverly Hills Perfumery got me hooked on this scent. They had it there, and I'm usually not really into florals or anything like that, but this is just gorgeous. This just has a lot. It's not just floral, it's fruity, it's kind of fresh, but it has like depth to it. It has backbone to it. Like if you like scents by Herba Pura by Xerjoff, think of this as a even more refined, slightly grown up version of that, because that's already an amazing scent. So think of this like as a step up. It's just gorgeous. And it's kind of a little bit more on the happy side, but like I said, it still has depth to it. So I think in the winter, this will still work really well. It performs great. And I think this is unisex, but maybe a little bit feminine leaning. But my husband loves this on me, so I thought this would be a good one to recommend to the ladies out there. Again, I think the men can pull this off too, but I think for date night or something like that, I think a woman will pull this off beautifully, because it's just it's alluring and sexy, but kind of fun and playful at the same time. Just really, really good. So definitely try Tabby by Tiziana Terenzi. So next we have somewhat of a rose based scent again, but it's got a lot going on. This was pretty popular last year. And I'm talking about Toy Boy by Moschino. The bottle cracks me up, but it's really, really good. I ended up trying a decant, and because I really wasn't sure about it, like the name kind of cracked me up and all that, but I was so pleasantly surprised. This is so good. It's got rose, it's got pear. It's kind of floral, but a little bit fresh and happy. I personally think this will work all year round, but I think this is very fun and playful, and it is kind of sexy. And it is kind of, it's got that rose based thing, but it's not like gross or dated or powdery. It's kind of almost, I almost find it has like a fruity green vibe mixed with the rose. So this is just really good. I think this is perfectly unisex. I think the women could pull it off beautifully, but the men, I think this will be great too. And this performs awesome. I got beautiful performance. And I think this is definitely a fun one for a date night. I think this would be really crowd pleasing, really happy, but it's kind of unique too. Like I haven't really smelled anything that quite smells like this. Maybe a touch Portrait of a Lady by Frederick Malle, a little bit, but that has raspberry, but maybe think of the rose in there, kind of similar, where it kind of has like a brighter, fresher rose kind of in this. But this isn't really spicy like that. Maybe a little bit, but not quite like that. But I think the way the rose is executed kind of in that world, where it's more of a fresher, happier rose than powdery and dark, you know, or, you know, it's just a similar execution. So definitely give this a try. I think I was pleasantly surprised. This is really good. Toy Boy by Moschino. And last but not least, we have a delicious scent by Navitus Parfums, and that is Intimus. And it actually, the scent is supposed to portray passion and love in Latin. So I thought this would be a perfect option for Valentine's Day. Oh my God, this is one of my favorites. I love this. It's sweet because it's got this like kind of almost like a burnt sugar kind of vibe, but it's kind of fresh, maybe like slightly like fruity vibe. It's got oak moss in the bottom, or in the base, so it still kind of has like a balanced vibe to it, gives it some depth, you know. And this is just really delicious, but I definitely get more of that burnt sugar kind of vibe. So like if you like scents like Ultra Mall or Date by Jeremy Fragrance, I think you'll like this. This is just, I love how it's kind of sweet and fun and playful and yummy, but it doesn't come off cloying. And I personally think this is a touch more masculine, but again, women can pull it off, I think. It's just sweet and yummy. Oh God, I love this. Really, really good. So you definitely have to try Intimus Parfums by Navitus Parfums. So that's my Valentine's Day list. Definitely let me know what your list would be, and what are you guys going to be wearing for Valentine's Day. I can't wait to hear what your ideas are. So once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.